I asked you to send in your best Game Week 1 drafts, and in today's video, I'm going to brutally rank them. And the first draft that I'm going to be reviewing in today's video has been sent in by FPL Major. If you do want to get involved with any of these future videos or expert videos this season, then do go and follow my Twitter, link to that in the description, as that is where I'm looking for all your information, all that good stuff. So go over there and follow me so you can be involved in videos like today. Taking a look at his team, and it is kind of, it's very template in certain areas. There are a few picks that I really like and I think are exceptional, but on the whole, it is a very template pick team indeed, especially that back line. Onana, yes, he did have a stinker today against Lon. Is it Lon? Whatever. He did have a stinker today against them, but I wouldn't kind of look to kind of preseason as any sort of determinant factor for me to be taking in and out players of my team. He is a very good goalkeeper, proved it at the top level, so I wouldn't be looking to get rid of him if you have him on your draft. I think he's a great pick. United's fixtures are really good as well. That back line is very much template. Gabriel, yes. Estupinian, yes. John Stones with, Gvardiol signing from RB Leipzig. I think that does potentially limit John Stones' potential minutes. I think there are a lot more better attacking options. Like, you've already got Chilwell there. I think dropping that down to a 4.5, free up some extra funds for when them second strikers do come back from fitness, for me, would be the smarter option to do, because, Watkins, you've got Nkuku, you've got Jesus. When these guys, well, not Watkins, but the other two, when they're back fully fit, you're pretty much going to want to have one of them. Maybe even Nicholas Jackson, if he starts the season on fire as well, you want to be able to maneuver to him. So I think just take Stones out, play Chilwell in game week 1, kind of suffer the hit if they do get like a loss. I think that is just a better way of utilising the money in your back line for me personally. That midfield is ridiculously strong. I don't have any criticism on that. That is a fantastic midfield. We will get early team news on kind of the City players as well. Probably the best place to come find that out is on my deadline stream. So if you do subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, because you will be kind of alerted to the deadline stream. That will be going live 4:30 on Friday for that one. Moving on to your bench, we've already spoke about Chilwell. Areola, I would swap to Turner, who's potentially going to be moving to Nottingham Forest. He is going to be the go-to 4 million goalkeeper, like the cheap defender and like the cheap forward as well. No other issues with this team. I think it's very, very strong. I like João Pedro as well, so I'm going to give this one a 7. It can move up to a 9 and a 10. I think if you take Stones out, utilise that money or keep it in the bank for when those other kind of premium-ish sort of forwards do come back available. Right, let's move on to our next one. It is from FPL Refresh. And again, this one, there's some template picks in here, but there's also some very cheeky differentials, and one player who's massively caught my eye straight off the bat. That back line, we've kind of already been through that. I'm not going to waste any more time on that. And Buemo, this is a alert, and Buemo might be injured. I've just seen on Twitter before I started recording that apparently he came off and has picked up a knock. Don't know how severe it's going to be. We're going to have to kind of wait for team news on that one and further updates. But he might be going out of a lot of people's teams. So just keep your eyes peeled for that with any team news. The next midfielder is KDB. Now, for me personally, I don't think he represents value for money at the extreme price tag that he is. He's not kind of guaranteed minutes. He's a massive minutes risk. When I think he's one of those players where when City have a double game week, or just when he's absolutely killing it, that is the time to bring him in. Or if you're going to captain him, just purely down for the price point, I think you could go to a Foden or a Grealish, who has been overlooked within the community. They will get similar-ish returns at a lot cheaper price and free up a lot more money for you and your side. Bruno Fernandes, I like. Saka, I like. Matoma, I'm not 100% convinced on. I do think you need an exit strategy if you are going for like 1 or 2 or 3 Brighton players. How are you going to get them out? Because after game week 3, there is going to be, a big shift away from them, and you want to be on top of that ASAP. Obviously not returned, only one return, sorry, since game week 31 as well. So I do think he is going to be a player that a lot of people are going to have shift off very quickly when he's rotated or doesn't produce the output, and you're going to you know, lose squad value, which is not really what you want. So maybe Diaby is a better pick. I personally prefer him over Matoma at the moment, but you do also have Watkins and Cash, so probably don't want a Villa triple up in there, to be honest. Front line, I'm a big fan of Ollie Watkins. Did miss a penalty yesterday, but then scored a cracking goal. He is killing pre-season. Had a stormer of a game against Newcastle the back end of last season as well. 2 goals and assists for him in that one. So hopefully he can cook again. The bench I'm really liking. Just change that 4 million goalkeeper slot probably to Turner. Matty Cash has looked impressive in pre-season. 2 goals, 2 assists for him as well. So he's been kind of ticking on nicely at 4.5 million as well. Arguably one of the best 4.5 million goalkeepers to have in your game week 1 drafts. I like that team. I think if you take KDB out and utilize the funds a little bit better, I think this draft could be up there. I'm going to go with a 6, just down to that KDB factor. I think once you get rid of him, maybe look to upgrade like people like Matoma and get another Arsenal attacker in there. I think then this draft pushes into the 7, the 8s for me personally. Right, let's move on to our next one. FPL Score Joe Not. Don't know. We're going to go with FPL Score, mate. We'll just keep it simple. We'll keep it simple here. We have seen a change in the backline for the first draft looking at today. The back three is the exact same. So again, I'm not going to kind of waste any time on that one. You've got a very similar situation where I think maybe just downgrade Stones personally and play James. That's what I'd potentially do. Obviously, if you get early team news, Stones is playing, keep him. But I just think with Guardiola, the other centre-backs that they have available at the club, that there's going to be so much competition for those starting spots. Unless Foden's definitely playing in midfield, and we've got like confirmation of that. But from reports I'm reading, City have changed back to formation to a back 4, and he's been playing at centre-back. So I'm not 100% convinced on that one. Johnston, goalkeeper, absolutely loving it. Since Roy Hodgson's appointment in game week 29, Palace have had the best XG conceded in the league. Only conceded 11 goals since then as well. So I'm really onto that pick. Sheffield United have looked miserable in pre-season. Lost their star man as well. So you hope Palace can keep a clean sheet. Arguably for me, the best 4.5 million goalkeeper in the game right now. That midfield is fit. As long as we get kind of team news that Mbeumo's all good, all fit. Very happy with that. Let's move on to the front line. Haaland, yes. Nicholas Jackson is a very spicy differential. With Nkunku being injured, the Valavojevic deal kind of falling through as well. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Jackson is probably going to be the main forward for the start of the season. So if you're back in Chelsea and you feel they're going to do well, I 100% can get on board with this pick. He has looked good in pre-season as well. So I'm liking that. On the bench, Areola, again, very similar with the other drafts. Just get that upgraded to Turner when he moves to Nottingham Forest, if he moves. Or maybe Bentley is another player that I've been considering from Wolves as well. Jose Sa wasn't great towards the back end of last season. Bentley's played a few pre-season games as well. So there is that option if he doesn't perform at the start of the year that Bentley could become the number 1. Reece James, I think I prefer Ben Chilwell. He's looking the more attacking and better option for me personally, but I think that's one where it's kind of more down to preference. I just think Chilwell's looked better in pre-season. Trusty, the new defender for Sheffield United, if he's playing games, 4 million. Can't argue with that. And Oijo, I think he's been impressive in pre-season as well for Nottingham Forest. Again, a 4.5 million player. I think you either go for the guy from West Ham or this guy from Forest. They're the two that you need to be having as your cheap 4.5 million defenders. They're the best ones for me personally in my personal preference. Right, let's move on to our final draft that we are going to be reviewing in today's video. And you might be like, hey, that looks a little bit different. That looks pretty cool. Expected points. I like the look of this. This is Draft Hound. If you want to go and check that out, there is a link to that in the description. You can put your team in. It's all free to sign up. You get kind of all these predictive points. There is kind of a paywall if you want to kind of get more expert kind of features. So, you know, use the link down in the description and you can make your team look beautiful like this. Use all these features to help you improve as an FPL manager. This team has been sent in by Luke. He is an absolute goat, ladies and gentlemen, on our streams. Always asking questions, always kind of keeping the chat flowing. So if you do want to get involved on the streams, they are great. We answer everybody's questions in there. Do come on to our Wednesday streams or our Friday or Saturday deadline streams. Right, that's enough plug-in, blimey. Moving on to his team. That back line we've spoke about, very much template. I like Chilwell in there. I like Estupinian, I like Gabriel, I like Onana. The midfield, again, is looking very stacked. He's got Foden. And Buemo, again, if he is injured, replace him. Rashford, yes. Saka, yes. Martinelli, yes. And then that front two, I've spoke about it. Watkins is going to have an amazing season. If he keeps his penalties as well. Obviously did miss yesterday in pre-season, which could potentially dampen his impact at that 8 million range. But he got 15 goals and 8 assists last season. He is going to be cooking. I don't think that Newcastle away fixture is as bad as people are making it out. I think there is kind of an over-exaggeration of Newcastle's ability. Villa as well have been cooking in pre-season, ladies and gentlemen. They've been cooking up some good stuff in pre-season. So I'm very excited to see what they can do. My only concern is around your bench. I don't think you need Leno and Onana. I think you just go one or the other. Drop down to a 4 million goalkeeper. You then got yourself an extra 0.5 million in the bank. That means you've got 1 million free in the bank to kind of play with, and that could be very saucy indeed. With that million, you could easily upgrade Pau Torres maybe to a City defender if you want to go down that route. Personally, I don't think you need to. It also is good to have them extra funds kicking about the team. You know, you never know what you could be able to do. If, you know, Foden, you get early team news that he's benched and Grealish isn't playing, then you could easily have a double up on Manchester United midfielders and go for Bruno Fernandes. So for me, I would take Leno out, have a 4 million dud goalkeeper. Probably Turner is going to be the one, or Bentley, like I said earlier in the video. They're going to be the ones. They're the best ones to go for, and get yourself a mil in the bank. Pau Torres I like, but I prefer Matty Cash. I think he's just got that little bit more attacking threat. Baldock at 4 million is decent, and then Buemo, yeah, he's alright. What you could do with that million is upgrade him to João Pedro, who's got cracking fixtures at the start, especially if Mbuemo's injured as well. He could offer a nice little potential differential there for you and your team. Right, ladies and gentlemen, those were the drafts. I have rated them all. Let me know what you think of them down in the comments. If you do need any help with your teams, let me know. Like I said, we are producing so much content this pre-season, and we've got loads of streams coming up. On Wednesday, we're doing a season preview, and on Friday, we are doing a deadline stream. So if you do subscribe, hit the bell notification so you will be notified when those videos and streams are available to you to watch. Right, thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.